right. A very good morning, late evening to you out there. It is IWJ, the Warrior Junior, the fight that never ends, right? Boy, it doesn't sound really optimistic, does it? Sometimes, it sucks when, wow, that is hot. Um, when you make something too hot, you gotta let it cool off. Sometimes the people too generally works that way. Um, Lot to get to today. Before we jump into the narrative, I just open up with whatever I feel like. Unexpected as expected. So I know what you're waiting for is the answer. So you went to the wrestling school today. Did you see the chick? What was the answer? Because you said you're gonna ask her out, for something to eat after the wrestling thing, and what happened? It's not that simple. But I'm not making excuses. But I'm gonna be all open and honest about what happened. First started this channel, this is me, or I've learned from many guys, Owen Cook, Johnny Burba, Mystery, all these guys. I read the books, um, Mystery Method, not that one, but the other ones, names kind of escaping me. But one guy, Ross Jeffries, and I heard all different sorts of tactics. Now, some people feel like they relate with others. Like this guy, no DP, you'll call him that. Dave, I think he'll be living in China now, Thailand. He's anyway. He related more with Mystery. I think like he actually paid Mystery like $2,000 to take him out and try to. But Dave was really looking for like a relationship, not just trying to teach you how to get laid. Going up to women and approaching. But I guess once you do all that and you've been with all these women, then hence the word settle down, like to get what you want. Me, I never had, like I can count, I never really had a relationship, what I would consider, well, it's close a couple times. I can't say nothing of nothing of nothing, but nothing really, yeah. Like I wanted it, and then I just wasn't good enough for her, like it's that's the story kind of what I could say. I could break down my life that way. I just wasn't. I never like. Never fit the bill. I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Um, and I lost my train of thought because I went off on a tangent just now. But we'll find a way to get it all out. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. So all these guys, they really understand everything of everything of when it comes to guys and approaches. And there's something people call it. It's a social interference. It's like there's a better word for it. It'll come to me, but I'll explain whatever. I'll explain what it is so you understand what I'm talking about. Um, let's say you see a woman, you want to talk to her, and it's like you say, okay, well, I'm just gonna, and I see her on the sidewalk, and I'm gonna go up and just try to start the conversation, and then out of the blue, like either an old lady just goes, "Excuse me, dear, can you?" and just interposes you. Maybe like, or like the mother henning. Ever hear that when girls are with their girlfriends and you see the one, man, and she's just talking with her girlfriends, and you would love to try to talk to her, and the other girl box you out. It's like a social interference, like and it's like I understand it's defensive, to keep you away, but it's all counts as interference, things that just keep you from, trying. And if you try to like power your way in, as this, then it's like, you could be, it's just not accepted. Like it sounds right, like in the movies it sounds like that's the way to do it, push everybody out of the way. You know how many times I go to bars and nightclubs, I experimented with all these tactics. I had guys want to kill me. Like I didn't know these women. Look, I live in West Hollywood, man. There's gay guys that go out with straight women, and you don't know. And then I remember I said, this one guy, that this neighbor of mine, he calls it kamikaze, but I just call it like really not accepting the social dynamic, the societal norms. That's what it is, societal norms. Like, if you see like, people all on a bus and it's quiet, you don't see like one guy getting up, and if he sees a woman he likes, go right up. It's just, it's called societal norms. And some of these guys are crazy. But my point is that anything outside of the societal norm raises suspicion. That's basically the best way I can do it. Now in movies, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Movies are there to sell tickets to keep your attention for 2 hours, not the real world. There's elements of real life and things in movies, but that's about it. It's not reality, and that's the problem. Is like it's so pushed on us that, and then it's like in the real world, these guys say take action, and you could look like a freak, like, and they have those signs around that says report all suspicious activity to the police. Well, look, anybody acting a little different, isn't that suspicious? So like it really is. It kind of like it keeps you, from really opening up. If you're a single guy like me, or a guy like, and you don't mean harm, you don't mean any ill will. That's all you're trying to do is a simple approaches. But if somebody's with somebody else, or a group, or even a family, like you see a woman, like it's a daughter, but she's in her 20s or whatever, it's like it's not accepted for you to go up there. Now, if you're wearing a shirt that says like dance company, and I went up, hey, I was on So You Think You Dance, then oh, thank you, and then it's like thank you, and then goodbye. But they're saying it in a nice way, like, but I would love to talk to you, and it's just no, no, no. Look, you're breaking up our social circle. Like we are bound together here. You're trying to change all this, and what happens is in life it does change, but unfortunately you don't know when. There's like a time. It's somewhere around college time. College time, it's like when the parents, they have to like kind of let go, like at that point, and the woman's like, she's in her 20s already, and they meet like most people meet in college. Like that's just the way it is. If you're like me, you were a shy guy, you bounced around colleges when you were younger, you didn't meet anybody, you're and I hate to say it, you're screwed. But you're making it so, and then God help you if you didn't go get a job working at a place and meet anybody. Boy, you're asking for it. Like what I mean by asking for it, you're setting, it's I feel you. I feel you is what I can say. I feel you. Because I didn't know. So I started going to bars by myself. And then people want to kick my ass, and I'm, it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, and it just all never worked for me. I tried my HDV through dancing, the eye demonstration value, and then I became bitter, like and then just time started to add up, and it started to become ridiculous. I'm going to these nightclubs, and I'm in my late 30s, my 40s. I got like a bald spot, older. What the hell are you doing here, man? You ain't getting these young. You're 50-year-old women don't go to nightclubs, okay? They go to restaurants with their girlfriends and stuff. Now again, I'm not a woman, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're everything is really short-lived, and when you're older, it's you should have had. Now wait till it queues up again. Sorry, don't know what happened. I was making some great points. Oh, great. Hopefully, it all comes back. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there, but I was about I was trying to make the point that everything is so short-lived, and I hope we get back here because I really like to keep talking here. I don't know what's going on. Everything you try to do, man, and there's no guarantees of anything. Like I'm telling you, I'm almost 50 years old, man. I've stumbled, fall, and never really reached the anything worth. Man, what the hell's going on? Nothing substantial. Like I never really got anything worth. Our computer is not behaving right now. Oh, it is. Okay, thank God. Anyway, nothing really substantial. Like, in the movies, the guy gets the girl at the end because it's a fucking movie. It's like, make you leave there feel good that you spent your $20, $15 or $17 on a thing. But the reality is, for me, is no. Now, so, man, I got so much to say. I won't do it in order because, okay, so I'll tell you what happened, but just let me do it my way. After the fucking practice, I'm by myself, slept all the way back, went to In-N-Out Burger, and I'm sitting outside, and I noticed inside, there was this pretty woman with this guy, Latina, and they were together, and the guy like had it. He was kind of aggressive on her the way he was holding her, and I could not do that to a woman. It's not me, but I mean, and she was hot, right? And I just said, and I'm sitting outside by myself, and I swear, I just wish I wasn't alive anymore at that point. Like I sat there and I said, you're never gonna get the woman that you desire, and it's like funny. I was so I was hungry, you know, you'll understand after I tell you what happened. I was about to eat, and I was about to bite in a homeless fucking woman's asking for the nerve to ask me as right before I start eating. I mean, it was like unfucking believable. I didn't eat for like 6 hours, whatever. And the bus is coming there and back, and the practicing, and it's like just man, I can't fathom, like getting everything you don't want out of life, and then the between that homeless woman, whatever, and then seeing like and I'm sitting out there. I sit outside intentionally because I don't like being around people. Like you're not getting nothing. People look at you. What are you sitting there by yourself? You're nothing. I like the fresh air too, but in Hollywood, you sit outside. You're gonna attract the finest, if you know what I mean. All right, enough skating around things. Let's tell you what happened at the wrestling thing. So I get there. Keisha's there. Now I was, I call this one as unexpected. Expect the unexpected as expected, because these guys have been trying to put me on the spot, not as far as physical stuff, but verbal, and you know they keep, the fucking Pearl. I mean, I'm sorry, but Pearl keeps saying anybody can cut a promo. It's not a big deal to be able to talk, and I when I got there, I made sure, like he gave me well, in order. I'm going to tell you what happened from beginning through. There's just too much, but I'm gonna try. I almost got kicked out again. You know, I get there and I see this big dude, and this guy was fucking good size. And I thought it was the guy from that performed on the Sunday show a couple weeks ago. I just thought it was him. So like class really hasn't started there. He's kind of like getting ready. And I said, let me just go up and be the bigger man, introduce myself. Now, this guy's good size, okay? And when I say good size, not fat, like this guy, he was pretty fucking solid. He was definitely on something. I could tell, like, gear-wise. Because I got a good look when I approached. It was way bigger than me. Anybody bigger than me, I can size you up and I can tell you if you're on something or nothing. I've been around too long. Now, so when I went up there, this guy, let me tell you, this guy must have been 260s or something, fucking big. So, a little taller than me. So, I came in hard. I said, hey, dude, I thought I introduced myself. I'm Mike Reitzenstein. And I came back like this, real fucking bam, like that. And I go in kind of hard. And he goes, when I went in like that, he goes, you coming in kind of hard, dude. And I go, like, I kind of was shocked, like, I said, no, I'm not trying to like hurt you or anything. It's just like, I get to that wrestling school, I'm real pumped, man. I'm here to learn. I'm here to like, listen, wrestlers are tough dudes, man. Like that, how many times bigger guys, they go hard, that hard hand grip. I wasn't trying to hurt that guy or nothing. His hand is twice the size of mine. Look, dude, I'm like bony kind of guy. How hard can I don't have a good grip anyway. So he kind of was like that. That was the beginning of like not good, like red, like he just didn't like that. And I couldn't really, I kind of apologized. And he goes to me, well, what are you, what are you, dude? Are you a wrestler? Are you a manager? Are you an announcer? So like now I don't like being put on the spot. Now, again, I go, look, I don't really know what I am. So, and I think he says it again. He goes, what, a manager? What are you? So I go, yes, no, maybe. Like I try to answer. Look, I try to be different and unique, which has so far have bitten me in the ass every time. It's fucked me every time. So he goes like, what are you, like a man? Now I didn't know who. I thought that guy was from the show. He wasn't. It happened to be Rusev, the dude that wrestled Cena. Like this guy was no joke. Like he's WrestleMania, like the Russian dude. I didn't know. He was there the first day that I was there in Burbank, the sign-up day, like in 2008, I think it was. I didn't mean to come off like mean or do this wrong. I just, I was just being, my own unique self. I don't mean anyone. Now, the second I said no, yes, no, he just walks off. And I go, oh boy. And he went to like get Pearl, the coach, and he tells me, he goes, dude, stand outside. I'll talk to you in a second. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I do this time? What the fuck did I do this time? So I'm standing out there with another dude. I think he was looking to sign up for the class. And so talk to him first. Then it's my turn. Poe goes, what the hell happened there? Like he said that, you fucking with him. And he said, I'm not going to train that guy. Get that fucking guy out of here. And I'm like in shock. I go, I don't know what I didn't mean anything. Like again, sincere, like I am here. I said, look, I went in there like for a real hand clasp. I did not, I'm excited to be here. Like I'm real serious about this. I'm passionate about this. So like I'm intense, but I don't mean to hurt anybody. I would never hurt anybody. I swear. Like, and he goes, well, he asked you what you do. And I said, I honestly, I don't know. Like, but I didn't want to say I don't know, like I'm an idiot. So I said, hey, like I do lots of things, like I really haven't carved out my place there, like of knowing, like, because he asked me to like assistant coach kind of, and I don't think now that I see what the wrestling is, that what he does, well, that's not really my thing. But I don't know what is. I just know I'm passionate about the business and I love helping out and being there. But he said, look, Mike, we don't need, he was straightforward with me. He said, we don't need any. And I said, what about creative guys? Look, I have a master's degree in sports management. He goes, we don't need, we got writers, we got all this kind of stuff. And I tried to say, look, man, I feel you could use me because I know how to bring people in through communication. I think you're doing this all wrong. But I said it in the nicest way I could. And he basically said that oh my God. Then Kishi showed up. Holy shit. And then Kishi laid into me like he goes, dude, you're like this close from being thrown out of here. You haven't paid your tuition yet. I didn't know that, I had to pay because I don't even know what my purpose is. Like I'm trying to figure it out. But he let me stay. Like, again, it's like I felt like I was on such thin ice. And Pro goes, okay, look, to stay in the like stay. Like he gave me the okay to stay, and I just felt like, oh my God, like what? How do I do this to myself? And because I just feel like my age. These guys are like half my age that go to this school. Some of the people are, closer, but they're not harboring any delusions of really making it. They're, come on. I mean, no offense, but some of these guys, none of those guys are in shape. Rusev guy is. He's no joke. But he's already made it. He already made his WWE point. Like in his legacy, what he did definitely on shit. Like no, that guy was thick. He was thick. I think bigger than Cena. So well, as far as like body around, not arms. You can't Cena's forearm. No, you can't touch him there. But as far as like thickness of or torso-ish, I even looked at the guy's legs. They're pretty decent. So this guy's no joke. This Rusev dude. But he didn't care for me. Like I really thought, like, hey, I really hit it off with this dude because like we're the only dudes in shape. But he made me look like a twerp, just like I make the other guys look like they're not in shape. They're young, but they're just not what I mean. What I'm talking about in shape. I don't think I'm that. The 185, 180 is low. None of these guys uh, can hold like the muscle. They don't have the muscle like I have for my size. They're not even close. None of them. Anyway, so I sit there, and now when I was on the bus going there, I wrote new lines. Like so I don't know why. Like not on the bus going there, but I wrote out new dialogue, monologue for who knows in the future. I thought, but it was really cute shit. I said, man, I wish I could do this tonight, but I don't want to get my hopes up. I doubt it. There's a lot of people there, and they were doing the class. So I was practicing yesterday, a couple of days ago, and then on the bus I was reading it over. I said, "You just never know when I'll call on you." Kishi was there, so actually, you never know. So sure enough, what do you think? Like he goes, "Okay, we're gonna do some mono. We're gonna do some dialogues here." Now, I when I talked to Pearl about this in the office, I said, I see all this training, but I never seen, you're belittling the talking thing, which I think is everything. Like I told him honestly, like he gave me the time to talk to him. And I said, look, man, there are three components. Like I talk about this. I said, I don't give, you could, wrestling ability is important, but it's a third. I still think what your character and the way you talk is 33%. It's a huge thing, and the last third is what you look like. Now of course it can be all skewed. I know I've talked about this before. But I'm saying I told it to him, and I just had to get it out of me because it was eating at me. Like I feel like I know. I'm not trying to say I know more than you, but I know like what I feel is the reality of this business. Like I feel like there's God, like if you know something and you're not sharing, then you're being you're deceiving people. You're not telling them the truth. You're lying to them. And I want to be open and honest. I want to tell you everything I know, and I want to learn everything I don't know. Like, and the problem is, like, I just feel like that I am a very odd anomaly. Like, and it's not in a good way. I thought I was going to show up there. It's not ego. This is a lot of work, my friend. Anybody that builds a body knows, And I don't know. I never took any steroids. I don't know. It's easier that way or something. But God, man, I got training logs. I've been doing this a long time, on and off. And anybody that says getting in shape is easy, I could say the same thing about you. You jumping around in the ring. That's easy too. Or doing the promos, talking like it's easy. It's all easy. Yeah, if it's all easy, it's not, because there's only so many people there. It's hard as fuck. to become anything in this business, to make anything. It's not easy. Nothing is easy. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. But I did tell him, he goes, well, you could be a referee. I go, that's easy to me. He goes, well, it's not easy. And I didn't want to argue with him because that's nothing to me. I watch these guys doing it. I can do all that shit too, but nor here nor there. So he starts doing the we call these guys to do the monologue, and and he points back at me. He goes, you're going up there, dude. And I felt like he was trying to put me on the spot, but I don't know what happened. Like I said, okay, I got 8 things I could say, 8 things. And what happened? So like I took a knee next to Kishi, and he's like, okay, you're going in there next. So I went in there, and it's like my mind went blank. I mean, it's like I couldn't. I just because I was hoping to rib somebody else, like to back and forth. Somebody tries to tell me something. I go, dude, come on, man, you ain't nothing compared to me. Like I had all the dialogue lines, but they're like rap, like John Cena's rap thing. So I had 8 things that were really cute, and so, but I started to remember them. Like when I got in the ring, like I did my little intro, and I saw how these other guys were doing it, and they're not exciting. They're trying to like they say their name, like, and they say, when you get in the ring with me, like, that shit ain't nothing, man. You guys, I said, I gotta fucking, the shit I wrote is strong, it's funny. It's funny, like, this is, I'll kick your ass, but it's like, make you feel, it rhymes. What I wrote rhymes, okay? Like I bragging, and it was an offshoot of what I did before. So like I did not go back to the belittling women or anything like that, but I bragged, because I said Beverly Hills, like I got a chef that comes over and cooks for me. The only chef you got coming over is Chef Boyardee. Cute shit, funny, like it's cute. It was cute. And I started to get some laughs around. Now I had 8 things, but I started, I got I think I got about 5 of them out, about 5. 4 to 5, I got them out. And I got some of the good ones out. They didn't come out perfectly, but I did the one with the Kishi. I said, dude, all you fucking kids out here, you all think you can beat me. That's like going to all you can eat buffet and trying to out eat Rikishi. It's cute. It was cute. Good humor, good humor. So some of them came out there. And then when came time to critique, I knew how to shut up. I learned, and like what Pearl said, stand in the middle of the ring. So I did what they said. Like did this thing. So that was okay. Like I felt like I was, trying to put me on the spot, but it doesn't work against me because I'm not scared or intimidated. Like I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to break me like somehow. And I started to get that feeling too, like, but I hung in there. I hung in there. But, I also started to come to the realization of something because they started throwing out that word tuition. I heard it a couple times. And I talked to my friend Ruben about this, and yet yesterday he's in Akron right now for his dad's funeral. But I told him, I said, "Are they going to try the crack tactic on me?" And he knew exactly what I was talking about. I said, "The crack tactic. That's where you give them a couple times or once or something like that to hook them in, and then you got to pay, like for it consistently." So that's what I was saying. I was thinking, is that what this is what these guys trying to do at the school? Like, let me come around 3-4 times or whatever, and then, nail me. Like, well, now you're used to coming here, so now we're gonna reel you in with the tuition. That's how we're gonna nail you. Man. It doesn't fly like that with me. I ain't brand new. I'm not brand new. Like that crack thing, whatever. I never did it before, but I know what a sucker is, and it's not me. Okay. Now again, so what happened was at the give me a second. I know what you're asking. What about the girl? What about the girl? I didn't lose sight of her because I knew, like, you know, she really is something, She's she really is something, I don't. I mean, you know, when you feel something, you don't really know somebody, but you know, like when somebody's really special. This, she's that, and it's not going to be me. It's not. I'm not putting out in the universe, but there's like, you know, you dream. You know, it's like. I don't know what to say. You know, like she's just magic. In my eyes, she's magic. In my heart, she's magic. Like she's just so incredible, you know? She goes in there like she's a great performer, but you know, she's so beautiful, but she's not like this arrogant. It's so rare, you know, like I never seen anybody like this before. Like she's just so I mean, you know, when she like talked to me, it was like it was just so incredible. Like I mean, I could look at this woman forever. I mean, I just, I feel like myself, you know, like a mirror. Like when I look at her, it's like, I wish, like, you know, she really is something. Like, I wish I could be like that, you know, like, I mean, but I am like a pure heart, you know. I would give anything, like, just to talk to her, like, just to go out to eat with her or something. I don't know, you know, I mean, it's just, I, I'm speechless. You know, I really am. I really am. You know, it takes a lot to hit me here. You know, like it really. I mean, I'm talking like this is not like, oh, I first saw this woman. She's so beautiful. Like no, 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 no. I watch. It takes a lot. Like, and I just like over. I haven't been there a long time, maybe a month, but you know, I watch these things and I just see this, and she's just magic. She's just fucking magic. Like, look, she schleps all the way from San Diego to go there. You know, like I schlep on the bus hours. You know, it's like the same thing. Who knows, like how many years she's been involved in fitness? It's like me. It's the same thing. You know, and she's passionate about wrestling. Like, but she can do it. I can't. It's the same thing. You know, it's like you want your whole life. You know, to meet somebody like that your whole life. It's like a person that makes you worth living. Like it's a completion of you. Like you know, the right person. I'm not saying like she is, but I'm just saying it in life. If you ever find somebody so compatible for you that you just find. I mean, they just melt your heart. You know, what more do you fucking want, man? You know. Now, Grant, interesting. I listened to him talk about this. You know, anybody, you know, giving up things that are negative. I've heard about that. You know, people gave up drinking, either drugs or gambling, whatever, toxic things. You know, they get help for that. That's great, you know, to allow good things to come into your life. Can you imagine having to give up on top of that good things for you? That now on top of that to give up things that you're already doing, like for me going to the gym, like you know, focusing my eating, my you know, that's like my bread and butter. And I am going all the way out to this fucking valley, you know, mainly, you know, I would say, man, I'm trying to break it down in a ratio. It's really hard to say. Like, you know, I'm there because I'm, you know, I'm passionate about learning the business. But, you know, it's like if you meet that right person, you should be willing to go through any length to be with them. So it's not like I'm going there just because she's there. I'm going there because I have a real interest in the business. Like I really want to find my place. If there's a place, I need to know. And this is where the problem herein lies. They started throwing out that tuition. I heard it a couple times. And I started thinking to myself, like, I remember I looked this up online before. It's like, I think they charge 3,500 to learn how to wrestle. It's like 2,500 to be a referee, or valet, or commentator, or something like that. So I started thinking about this now. And I started thinking, like, about this fast. Don't worry, I'm not done with the woman thing yet. I'll conclude with it. I promise. So I'm saying to myself, this is where, you know, they're gonna roll me. They want me to pay, like, I know. And I go, what the fuck am I paying for? Now I sat there through the whole class. I listened to Kishi talk and everybody that, and it was like, it was very good stuff. I'm not discounting what Kishi says. I mean, I think that all these guys, and now Rusev thing, yeah, I watched him, and these guys are doing their thing in the ring. It was really like, he was there kind of hands on for a little bit. And it's look, these guys were in the WWE. I give them major props. But for me now, let's figure this out. It's saying I look at these guys and I say, well, what these guys are fooling themselves. I mean, if they think any of those guys have anything, like, I mean, I'm being honest. Women thing, I cannot say. I don't know. But the guys, I pretty much know because I see what has made it to the WWE. Like I seen what made it. So it's not my job to belittle anybody. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm thinking about me now. I mean, I don't want to be. I got to get this out to you. So much to say, I know, but it's important. When I was talking to Pearl, I said, dude, I'm not a mark, and he goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm not one of those people that sit in the fucking crowd. He goes, well, that's a derogatory, that's a bad word. And I said, look, I'm not trying to be bad, but you got to understand, like, I understand this business like you. The thing is to get those people in the crowd to come into your world, our world, whatever, like, as far as I'm involved, like, I feel like my world, whatever. It's like when I go see Star Wars, I'm one of the suckers in the crowd that you pay to watch to get, just like that guy belittled you. It's the same thing. He goes there to get his frustrations out for a couple hours, but they're the crowd. And in my mind, didn't JR say this? Is I don't care who wins as long as it's an ass every 18 inches. Like the people show up and they pay. So I call them marks, whatever like that. But he got real offended by that. Well, whatever, they are suckers. I'm sorry, like whatever. Look, I've been a sucker too. I pay, but that's what you want. You want the more people showing up. And these guys all got fragile fucking egos. They all have fragile egos. I'm very sorry. And I think that they got a problem, like that they can't take the criticism. I talked with a guy outside about this. One of the wrestlers, he trying to make it. Another guy that don't look like nothing. I told him, and that's the fucking problem. Brutal honesty. Now, I don't think they don't want to hear it because they say, well, guys are paying to be here. You don't want to crush their dreams. You're a cancer in the clubhouse if you do that. We want people to sign up here and pay money. He didn't tell me that, but I know that's the deal. It's all about money, like in the end, okay? It really is, That's why I question paying whatever, $2,500 to be a manager just to show up there. What are they gonna fucking teach me? I did like making it sound like it's a big thing, and I don't think it is. It's not. It's not. Okay. I listened to what they had to say. I feel like I got so much to contribute, and they basically said we don't need you. Okay. So that's your answer. I watched the way he trains people in the ring. These kids are doing these acrobatic moves, wrestling kind of stuff. None of them are gonna fucking make it. None of them are gonna fucking make it. I'm very, very sorry. This is the reality. That's the fucking reality. And the reason why they're nothing, they don't meet the ratio criteria that I outlined. And I'm not making this shit up. Look at any of these fucking guys, what they look like. They are for real. Okay. And none of those people, like even that tall guy, it's you know, it's just a far fetched thing. Could they be maybe make it to OVW? Possibly. Some of these guys, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I'm a real. All right. Sorry. Sorry. I apologize. My computer. I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So it all comes to an end, right? Now, here's what I didn't fail to mention. In between all of this, the girl, Jessica, like she was getting someone out of her locker. Like I'm right there. There's not much space in there, and I felt like now is the time. Now is the time to say something. And I just was like, the place is like it's pretty crowded. You got all the guys over there, and I was on thin ice already. And whatever I spit out, I forgot, but she gave me her card, and that was like, okay, all right. And then that changed everything for me. Then I eased up. Once I got that card, I didn't even read it. I just put it in my pocket, and I go, Mike, whatever you were gonna try to get her, we're going out to eat after. I'm gonna try to get you to go after eat with me. I gotta be honest with you. And I'll shut it all down. It shut it all down. She changed the whole dynamic that I was gonna try, and that was fine. Because now I said, okay, now even if I get kicked out or I don't show up, I can call her. I could send her an email. It's a business card, like, and ironically, it's like physical therapy. It's like, of course, something like that I relate with. Of course, she's perfect. She's fucking perfect. She's perfect, and it'll never be me. It'll never be me. I know it. It's you're anyway. Like, so when I left there, I apologized. I went up to Rusev before I left. I said, look, man, I'm just really sorry. I get really excited when I'm here. I didn't know who you were. I didn't know. I don't even know what I want to be. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what my place is in all this. It looks like maybe like a manager or something. And he said, okay. Like, and I wish I could have really picked his brain and talked to him tell him who I am, what I know, and what I've been. It just looked like he did not have any interest. He didn't want to hear any of it. But he kind of gave me the nice cold shoulder. So I left, and there was one guy. We wound up talking for like about a half an hour, and I opened up on him with all of my honesty, like I just told you. Like, not about the girl. That's my own personal thing, but everything else about me spending money to be here, about making it, about guys looking like nothing, about that one Mexican guy and he's siding with these people. Like, oh man, he talking, he's really something. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean he's really something? What are you talking about? I never heard the guy do any dialogue. He don't look like nothing. I saw himself. He just gives himself color, and he jumped off the second floor of the thing. What do you mean? Who cares? I'm just being honest. I'm being fucking honest. Now, I'm not trying to say he's a nothing, but dude, there's a reason why you never made it. Because it's nothing, it's not a big deal. Just like me, it's not a big deal. Apparently for WWE or Impact or whatever, you know. You know, she said there's only so many spots. You know, like there's only so many things. Anybody could be replaced, the lines or whatever. You know, now it's starting to sink in now with me. It's really starting to sink in, and I'm not going to spend $2,500 to chase a fucking pipe dream. That's not practical. Okay. Now I'm watching a thing on Steve Reeves talking about when he went to Stella Adler thing. He asked for a refund. He didn't like the way she taught. He went somewhere else, and then he got kind of discovered from something, and that's great. But maybe my whole vision approach of trying to weasel my way into this business, but I am not going to be a guy. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to spend $2,500 to learn how to walk around the ring, be a manager, and then do these house shows with these people and not get paid like no one cares. I'm not stupid, and I don't have enough lifetime left. I'm getting older. I don't have enough time to waste on nonsense that you cannot see a clear path. Doesn't matter. These guys are connected. They're not promising you anything. They're going to teach you some basics, and you're going to be there, and then what? More than likely, nothing. I could open up my own wrestling school in Las Vegas. I was thinking about it, where I'll do it my way. I don't have to fucking be an orientation guy. I understand the business. From what I've seen, it's not that complicated. Basic marketing, getting people to show up, and then ring performance, and that kind of stuff. Like I mentioned, I pretty much have a very good idea of how this is run. It's not rocket science. That card, that was so important. I know. I have a vivid imagination. You know. Now I'm on the fucking orange line coming back, and there's this young. I don't talk to anybody on the rails coming back, but this guy had on the Jordan throwbacks that I grew up with, 1990s. It's a good-looking young black kid, kind of like a guy that played on the Clippers, Blake Griffin, kind of looking, kind of hair like that. It's a good-looking dude. We just hit it off. We start talking. Started with the shoes. This guy's like 21 years old. And he's asking these questions, where are you going? And I said, well, I'm going back to Hollywood, but I wasn't trying to hit on me or anything, but it just the conversation opened up. And it turns out, and it's so ironic, the guy was coming from Pacoima, and he's going to Inglewood. He's going home. And I said, well, wow, that's a big distance. And he goes, yeah, to see like this girl that I like, that was like, when he said that, I just lit up like, wow, ironic. Like there's this girl I really like that I see at this wrestling school that I go to. And I schlep all this out this way because, I want her to get to know me, as part, and also like I'm interested in the business. Like it's like a win-win for me, But I know it's not a win because I know she'll never go for me. I know she won't. No woman has ever had like me. I mean, no woman ever has. It just never. I never got. Okay. So put two and two together, Anyway, I told him, I was honest with him, and I said, yeah, and he was relating that the music. I mean, this guy was really smart. He wasn't one of these dumb. I've seen some of these kids that are. I don't. I listen. I'm not belittling the young. Generation. It's just amazing, and it's amazing how fast it goes. It's amazing how old I am already. It's amazing how many things I didn't do. Like I tried, and then I did try lots of things too. I know how fast everything goes. I'm well aware of time. I think the smartest thing I did was in my mid 30s, like going back to school. to get all these degrees. And it took a fucking long time because I had a lot of stumbling blocks and pitfalls. 6 years to get that fucking bachelor degree after my associate. It's way, 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 way too long. The master's about 3 years. I took my time with that, but I'm not going to really get into why these took so long. I just had a lot of look. I had a lot of problems throughout my life up until I stopped drinking and I stopped gambling, man. That's the reality, And I stopped drinking a little over 3 years ago. Gambling, I got closing in on about a year. I stopped even before that, stopped it, but it's dude, to change your life. I told you, like Grant Cardone said, you even have to give up good things to try to get. I could be, I didn't even have a chance out. I could be in the gym working out and focusing more on my nutrition, staying close, than fucking going all the way out to fucking Van Nuys, the outskirts of Van Nuys by the airport to hope to chase a wrestling dream, which is the major majority. The majority. That's really why I go out there. It's not that oh, you're trying to get the girl, you're trying to, be around her. I've been around too long to know that that'd be the wrong reason. Just for that, it'd be the wrong reason. Because that's not why I went out there in the first place. Okay? I didn't know. I went there. I remember I went there the first time, and I went there because I'm really into trying to get into this business. And Killer Kowalski said this when Triple H first walked in. He lit up. He knew that guy, like, and when she walked in, I knew. I lit up in my mind. Like I just was like, shit. I knew something for real. Like, I felt like a lot. Like I said, this woman is no fucking joke. And then, like, God, like, I saw like her intensity, like, as a team player, like it's that was so attractive to me, like, because it showed like that's how I am about that seriousness. And then I saw like, she tried to like hug me at the show. Like I saw like like just things that like are so important that I look for in a woman, And then as a performer, like what she does, like shit that I would do if I could perform, like it's just something. She's just really, really special. She's not like, there's something like very, very unique that I just would like. I'd give anything to just have like a dinner with her, like where it's like this. It would just be like the greatest thing in my life. I swear, like she's just magic. I already said this. Like there's something like Stallone said this in Rocky. He said, like, when he first met Adrian, it's electric. He used the term electric. I use the term magic. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're with somebody that like you would die for. Like she's just an absolute incredible human being. Like I know it. Like I feel it in here. Like I know there's something there. Like I know it's not going to be me. I know it's not going to be me because it never has. It never has. There's a million different reasons that I could tell you why it won't work. You're too old, you got nothing to offer. There's a million. There's other guys. There's a million and one. It's endless. It's endless. Okay. It's all my fault too that I didn't become a successful man. I know. Like my uncle, like the girl that his high school sweetheart, she married the producer of The Price is Right in the 70s, whatever. And the guy died, you know. And in the end, he winds up with her now after he gets divorced. I know, so it's all bullshit. So before I got on that red line, you know, I said to myself, I said, stop going there. Stop going there. There's no reason to. I watched, you know, they're going to try to nail me now for tuition, a couple $1,000s. You're going to be wasting your time and your money at this point. There's nothing to be had. They made the point clear. They didn't need anybody for writing or marketing or anything. So that's that. What about her? Well, you know, has an email on there. You know, and I think that when the time is right, like I'll reach out with a borderline heartfelt email, borderline. It'll be about 25% of how I opened up like this, you know, and I'll just ask for, you know, if you ever would consider going out for something to eat with me, like in Manhattan Beach or something someday, you know, or, you know, just something kind of cool at night, you know, it's this really cool place called the Kettle I was thinking about, you know, and I said, I wish I could take her out to eat there, you know, and then walk on the beach, like just something where I get to know this person. That would just be incredible. That's the dream, you know, that's my dream. Um, or I'd be willing to go to San Diego to meet her. Like I really would. I would really, you know, go out of my way for somebody like that. She's just really, really incredible, you know, as far as I know, as far as I've seen. And I'm pretty good with my feelings. I trust my gut instincts, you know, but I cannot tell you the last time I've seen anybody like this, you know, that is this special, like that magic, like this person, you know, she's just really, really, I just lit up, you know, the inside, you know, like it's just, it's just really, that's all I can't, I don't know what to say. It's just a real magical woman, you know, like it's, it's incredible, you know, that she's really incredible. Like that's it, you know. So what I will do, I won't say that, you know, I'll just write a nice email and saying, you know, at the time, not now, but in a couple of weeks or something, because I'm not going to go to school anymore. I just don't think that's the right move. I don't think me paying $2,500 or whatever and going there and this delusional dreaming of being a manager. I'm fucking better built than all these fucking guys that are wrestling. What the fuck is that? You know, go to the show. You know, that's dumb. That's fucking stupid. Okay. I'm not stupid. I'm not, you know, like dumb. I can fucking reach out to United Pro Wrestling, whatever, like that, and say, hey, you know what? I'd like to be a manager. Like, you know, I can send you a video, of, you know, me, my mannerisms and stuff, and you know, and I'm not paying. It's stupid. That's dumb. Okay, I'm not. You know, you got to be realistic at this point. The pain. Without with what? With what's it going to lead to? They're connected. They're connected. Don't fucking matter. And you know, you hear like my anger, it's more passion about trying to figure out, hey, let's create, let's don't waste time. Let's figure out what I can do and do it. If it's not for you, like move on to something else. Let's put all of our energies in the right direction. Okay. Now I know going to the bar, that thing I did a year and a half, for the year and a half, what, 4.5 years ago, whatever. I have a good memory. Like I know what I wasted. I know the delusional mindset that I had. Okay. I am not going to go down a similar route in delusional thinking with pro wrestling or with this girl. Like I'm not going to do it. And you know what? It's a win-win either way. I'm expecting nothing. I'm expecting nothing because I already told you she's not going to go for me. And then I will try. I will give a nice, heartfelt. Not you're careful, like because I don't like it typing. I really like you. No, 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 no. That's saved for in person. If you ever get that chance, you don't type it out like that's bullshit. Okay. The asking like, hey, I'd love to meet you for something to eat. Like here or there, anywhere. I would love to. That's it. That's it. And if I ever got that chance, then it's like, you open up your heart. You just, if you ever get the chance. And that's like kind of like my dream in my life that one day the right woman would allow me to do that. I've never had that. I never had that. I don't think I ever will. I just think there's too much interference in this world to keep people from connecting, to keep me from connecting. I didn't expect to see this kind of like somebody that I didn't. Fuck no. Hell, that's not what I expected. I expect to go to wrestling school and this kind of woman like to this to happen. I mean, well, nothing has happened, but I mean, I didn't expect to be blown away by somebody like this. Okay, it came out like out of nowhere. I'm like shocked, But isn't that the way that things usually happen? Now, again, nothing has happened because I guarantee, like, it was like when I stepped up to the plate after a year and a half with that one woman, and she just, what are you doing here? I mean, I thought in my mind like it was going to be anything but that. So you think, like, you could think in your mind that, wow, she's perfect for you. You think that, right? And guess what? She's got somebody else, not your type. She doesn't want you. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I've been around almost half a century. That's that's reality. The reality is you're not going to get your date with her. That's reality. Now, the smidgen of hope of like the glimmer of the miracle is like it remains like until proven no, but 99%, 99.9% will be a response to that email saying thanks, but I can't. I appreciate it maybe sometime. That doesn't mean nothing. 99%, 0.9% is it won't happen. Period. But that 0.1% is like your dream, like that. Wow, like it's a miracle. It's a true miracle, because there's a million, like I said, a million reasons why it won't happen. and men like that. Odds of making it to WWE 0.0013. It's almost like somebody makes it. It's not going to be me, but you know, what a story to tell. Can you imagine? Like my whole life, I dreamed about making it to WWE, and then in the end, I meet the woman in my dreams. I mean, though that's a fairy tale. I know it's a fairy tale. I know it's not going to happen, but wouldn't that be cute? Wouldn't that be cute? Like, everybody's dreaming to hold that belt. An inanimate object, something that means fucking nothing. For me to meet the right woman would be everything. Everything. It's more important than anything. Because when I was young, I chased inanimate objects. Nothing. It took me almost 50 years old to realize that that's all meaningless. Meeting the right person is fucking priceless. It's more important than anything. And you shouldn't have to try. The universe should make it happen. Like the universe should introduce you to the right person for you. In whatever facet, like, wherever. And I I don't know. I don't know. I just know it hasn't happened for me, for whatever reason. I don't see a woman like that going for me. I don't, you know, I don't. It's just, I'm just not it. I just haven't, I don't measure up. She's tall too, she's good. She's just really, it's not, I mean, it's like, hold on. I'll tell you something that really, she does this thing like where she gets like kind of close to you and she looks at you like square, it's incredible. Like it's so beautiful. Like, the way she does that, it's so incredible. Like I never, it's like magic, that's the best way I can describe like what she does. I could like look at her like I just like just blown away. Like when she does that, she doesn't know. I get, maybe she does. I don't know. But it's like I never seen anything like that in my life. It's really special. She's really, really special. She just is. I That's all I can say. Like I would sit there and just listen to her life story. Like I could just sit there and just I want to hear everything. Like I want to know like what you want like out of life. Like what makes you happy? Like what are you upset about? What do you I would just be fascinated to know about this woman. Like I really do. Like they're because I've seen like the characteristics of things that and I'm not talking about just the head to toe. I'm talking about when I say characteristics, mannerisms of what she does and the performance, like not just in the ring, but like the way that she, there's so many things. Like I notice it all, and I want to know everything about me. Okay, everything. Like I don't hold back nothing. Like I want to know, like because if I'm not the right guy, that's fine. But and I know I'm not. But it's like I just would be that honest. Like I would be that open about everything God, like what I went through in my life. Like it's just like hell. But it was good though. Like it's not just I went through hell, but I went through like God, like I want to, in the Shawshank Redemption, at the end, and so he chisels, right? Remember, like, and he goes to 500 yards of the foulest smelling, the Morgan Freeman commentator, right? And then finally, after he, I know, like, I'm emotional because I understand the symbolism of these things. I don't care. The movie, it doesn't matter. People watch the movie, but you don't understand what the message is. The guy, like, he chiseled through it 3 decades, whatever, like that. I look at myself trying to meet the right woman for 30 years. That's the chiseling. That's what I went through. And then, like, so he has the hole to go out, but it's not out. It's through the shit, And that's what I feel like that I'm going through when I'm being belittled by Pearl and Rikishi telling that I'm nothing special. They're not telling me, like, all my years of working out, they count for nothing in this, the way that I talk, and I feel like nobody else can do that it means nothing. That's the shit. That's the fucking crap that I feel like I'm going 500 yards. And then finally at the end, like, he gets through and he falls and it's raining and he goes like this. Remember the fucking the Andy Dufresne, the Tim Robbins, whatever. It's raining. He's free. It's meeting somebody that touches your soul. That's it. Now, I'm not saying it's her because I don't think that's. But for some woman, there's somebody that really the right one. That's it. That's the brain. That's the freedom. That's like with everything, like that I've gone through in my life is for the right person. People meant to be alone. That's the way to live life. Your whole life, like, be a hermit. Like, I don't want to cry, but like, I knew this guy, Mike. Mike, God, I don't want to say it. It doesn't matter. I used to play chess at the park with this guy. And just the guy, he never got nothing. Like, he kind of reminded me of me in a way, like a little older than me. He wasn't in shape. He never worked out, but anything. But I remember he worked at a pawn shop and everything. I talked with him. He's a sweetheart. He's a good guy. And he would go, he'd schlep all the way out to these dances with the older people, the same shit I did. I don't think he ever got nothing. The same story I did. Never got nothing, never met anybody or anything. And he just sat like kind of like a hermit, alone kind of thing. Kind of like me. And I just hate that, because I really, for many years, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, sort of, like, it bothered me. Like, I didn't meet anybody, and I kind of became negative, like for many years too. That didn't help me meet anybody when I was really combative. But I started to learn, not very much humility, but I started listening and reading a lot more. That changed. I understand. An angry drunk is not sweet. When I gave that shit up, my life started to change. But I still never got what I considered like what I'm here for. And on the planet, I think it's to meet your companion. You're supposed to meet your mate, I grew up in West Hollywood. All these gays around. I don't have anything against gays. They're not helping me meet women. They never helped me meet anybody. It's odd. It's not a. My thousands upon thousands of nights of going out dancing, and I never really met nothing. breaks your spirit. It breaks your hope. That's why I say. That's why I just keep saying it's not going to happen. Because I never seen anybody that would now she hasn't done it yet. Like it's a fantasy. I know I'm dreaming, but it's my dream, you know. It's my dream that I'm gonna meet the right person. It's my dream that against everything, society, the social conditioning, the 1,000,000 to 1, that I'd be the one, you know, like I that a woman would see it in me, like the miracle, you know, like that it's you, you know. And when she looks at me like that, it's like I really feel like I'm the one, you know. Like, and I know it's in my mind. I know you're deluding yourself, dude. You're imagining, you know, like you're mad, and that's imagination. That's the bitch of it, because like you're hoping, like what you're dreaming of will come to fruition, and more than likely it's not. It's okay, you know, it's all right. Look, it's the same rationalization that I came to with this wrestling school. I used to go to the gym, walking around all the time. Whoa, you know, like I got what it takes to be a pro wrestler and everything. And then I walk into wrestling school and it's no big deal. That's reality. The fantasy is the delusion, you know, and that's what it is. The same fucking thing with the girl. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming that she's gonna want somebody like that. That tiny percentage of what you thinking. Like she gave you the card. It's the same thing like the woman that kid. It's not gonna happen. So let go. And it's not gonna happen with the wrestling school. Let go. You want to write that email just to get it out of you, that closure, you know, and say, hey, just like I gave her my card, I tried. You want to write that email like you tried? I don't think it would have mattered if I would have asked her in person. You know, if I would have gone there and asked her, I just don't think it would matter. I mean, she would have let me down without hurting my. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. So that's reality. That's my reality. I can take it, you know, like, and it's not a movie, you know, like it's just the real life. You don't always get what you want. And who's to say? Maybe what you think you see, like what you saw is just a couple things that you really like in somebody, and then you got to know her, then you see that it wouldn't be compatible for you anyway. I can be wrong. I'm not perfect. Who's to say like that I'm her type? Who's to say? I personally think I'm not. I think that she's just being nice to me because she's a nice person. Most women are, and that's the end, you know, of your dream of meeting somebody. And I'm not trying to come down like, oh, you know, never happened to me. And nothing. It's just you, me. I'm talking about me. I am not. I just feel like, you know, I'm not it. I'm just not it for that. Not to say I can never get nothing. I can never be nothing. I'm not belittling myself, but I'm just really not what like I find attractive ever has really just said, hey, you know what? I want to really know what you're about. I never had that ever. Close. It was close. I remember, like in my like 12 years ago. But I don't want the story doesn't matter because it didn't happen, and that's going to be the same thing here. I remember I did get sort of a date with that woman at my 20 year. I remember we went out for a tea or something at the Grove. Yeah, that's why I remember, because it was like the closest thing to that. That was the closest, you know. I remember. It never developed, you know. I wish it would have, but she ghosted me, you know. I always say, for the right woman, I'd swim through shark infested waters to bring you an iced tea. I think Dr. Laura said that. I got that from him. But I just feel that I don't measure up, you know, like I never have, you know, like we'll let it all go at that. So I know it was a long one. It's an hour and 22 minutes. The computer was stopping and everything, but this felt really good to be open and honest about everything like that. Like, I have a friend. I want to finish. I have a friend. He's a good. You know, he pays to watch women on the thing, and he's being taken for a ride. Like, he's a good guy, but I wish he realized that that's not the way to do things. You know, paying to watch women on the internet, whatever, that's bullshit. That's not a relationship. You're being taken as a fool. And I wish that he kind of came to that realization, he's just being used. But, I guess we all live and we learn, I mean, I'm not perfect either, by far. And I don't expect a woman that would want me to be perfect either, but it's like perfect for me, like I see beyond. Like, I'm not looking for Miss America, like I'm not looking for some phony, like an actress that you think that some character or something. I'm not. I'm looking for that reflection of me, like that real honest, just somebody that encompasses so many things that I have done with my life, I'm not looking for the best built woman, even though she is the ultimate athlete, she is. But it doesn't have to be. But there's some things that I saw that like I talked about, that magic that it's so rare, like in my view, like I saw that I just melted, like I just said, wow, it's truly special, it really is, and I hope that the right guy for her, that he would really appreciate, I know she's gonna wind up with somebody else. Or she has already. It's just the way it is. But and I hope that whoever I wind up with would be the same thing. Like would really just be, boy, you would like do anything for me. Like not do anything like put you up on a pedestal thing, but like that equal. Like we're just on the same page with so many things, you know, before my time expires, you know. My dad died at 38, you know, I'm almost 50, so it would have been nice. It would have been nice to, you know, really get to open my heart to the right woman. It would have been everything to me. Anyway, hope you like this one. That was, you know, it's how I feel, you know. I hope that you kind of learned something from my trials and tribulations about going after things, you know, and not just a woman, but like, you know, the realization of your dreams, like, you know, the when to know when something is not practical anymore. You know, going after a wrestling dream that, you know, that doesn't make much sense at this point. Doesn't add up, you know, it doesn't. WJ signing off. Thanks for hope you enjoyed this one. This was a kind of an emotional one, but it's the right one, you know. It's good. It's good to be open and honest when it comes to lots of things, you know. Can't go wrong that way. When you put yourself out there, you don't got nothing to hide, you know. It might not work, but at least you're being out there, you know. You know, I really haven't, you know, it's very possible to blow a relationship by being so honest, but it would be. We are trying to end this stream, but it is not cooperating. Hopefully it does soon. Yeah. Yep.